Right, no mai haere mai. Welcome along. I'll get Cody to start proceedings with a karakia, if you wouldn't mind, Cody.
Kia hora te marana, kia whakapapa pounamu te moana. Kai horahi ma tātou te rangi nei. Arawa atu, arawa mai. Tātou e tātou katoa. Uye, tai.
Kia ora. Thank you, Cody, for starting us off with that. Welcome everybody. Welcome members of the public that I think we're going to hear from in the public forum. Dave Wallace is our General Manager of Planning and Strategy. He's our Executive Leader here in attendance today. We've got Quentin, Councillor Smith, who's not part of the Community Board, but we value his input as well. Matthew, you've been part of Democracy Services. This is your last Community Board meeting. Thank you very much for the service that you've provided. And welcome to Georgia. You'll be stepping into Matthew's shoes from tomorrow, I understand. So welcome to you as well. So thank you for that. We are recording the meetings and we will be recording the workshop as well following this board meeting. Moving on to apologies, which I have one from Councillor Lyle Cox and everyone else is in attendance. Are there any leaves of absence that members would like noted, Linda?
26th of August or the 1st of September.
Very good. If that's Barry?
According to the 20th of August.
According to the 20th of August?
Actually, yes, as well. 28th of August to the 2nd of September.
28th to the 2nd for John.
24th of...
Yeah, we don't need your absence. Okay. Very good. You can go.
That almost.
28th of August, 2nd of September.
It's the love.
Quentin can go. I know you want to feel that you can go missing in action as long as you want. Quentin. So I will then, because I will move, there was an apology, so I will move that Lyle's apology be accepted. Cody is seconding that. All in favour?
Aye.
It is carried unanimously. Very good. Any declarations of interest in the agenda?
Conflicts of interest?
Sorry, what did we say? I'm just seeing if anyone's interested in the agenda. I think there's some interesting things on today's agenda. So we'll move on to declaring any conflicts of interest. Thank you, Jim. Any conflicts? I'm going to step aside from item 1, the LTO for 68 Ardmore Street. It's not particularly tangible, but it's maybe seen as a slight conflict with the person or the company making the submission there. So I'll step aside from that. So if that could be noted. Matters lying on the table, there are none. So we'll move into public forum, which is great. And we're going to get Simon and Spiro from the Upper Clutha Angling Club. You guys are welcome to come up and have a seat. So I've got 3 or 4 minutes just to talk through some feedback you've got around the lowering of the Lake Hawea levels. Welcome.
Thank you.
Floor is yours, Simon.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, board members and councillors. My name is Simon Gibb. I'm president of the Upper Clutha Angling Club. That's 110 members, meters on my brain. Members based in Wānaka. I'm supported today by Spiro, who's a fellow club member. We oppose Contact Energy's proposal to lower Lake Hawea's operating levels by 2 to 6 metres and to push the proposal through using the fast track process. We are very much an affected party in the consequences of such an action, as are the 20 to 30,000 other freshwater fishing licence holders in the lower South Island. We believe Contact Energy's proposal will have a significant and lasting and detrimental impact on the environment and our community. We also believe there are alternatives to generate the potential power gain, and that Contact is vastly overextending its social licence by opting for the soft option. The negative impacts are diverse, complex, and potentially permanent, and they need to be carefully assessed under the standard consent system, not fast track. What could this 2 metre drop look like? The lake would be operated 2 metres lower for a significant part of the year. Large areas of additional shoreline comprising shingle fans, mud banks, silt flats, and remnants of aquatic plant life would be exposed. Lake water clarity would be diminished and turbidity increased. What's the cost? Exposing the existing littoral zone will result in loss of habitat, protection and food sources for fish and invertebrates, resulting in a general loss of aquatic diversity across the whole lake. Reduced water clarity will impact photosynthesis, in turn impacting the overall ecosystem, including bird life. The beauty and aesthetic appeal of the lake, photo stop on the South Island tourist loop, will be downgraded by exposed lake bed and muddy water. Air quality and clarity will be compromised by the prevailing northwest wind whipping up silt and dust storms. Many of the existing bays would become unattractive and or inaccessible from shore or by boat. Navigation, already compromised, would become more hazardous, and many natural launch sites would be unusable. And if the emergency 6-metre drop was ever implemented, the results would be disastrous, taking years to recover if at all. In conclusion, we believe there are alternatives and that Contact is vastly overextending its social licence by opting for the soft option, with the cost being carried by the community. The potential impacts are diverse and complex. They require independent assessments. We believe the risk and its potential for harm is too great, and we urge the board to oppose the use of fast track to consider this matter.
Well, thank you, Simon, and thank you, Sparrow. We've had a number of organisations present to us, and I think the theme is very clear from the Hawea community and the Upper Clutha community around the challenges with this. Dave is head of planning with QLDC as well, aware of this. We've been forwarding that on. I think you've been playing things with us straight back at the moment, but I think you're really getting to understand the community sentiment. Can you just clarify one thing for us, Dave? When do you think QLDC during the fast track process has the ability to have input into and to share maybe some of the community's thoughts around this proposal?
Well, through the process set down in legislation, the EPA comes to QLDC and asks for commentary at a number of phases. And we've been asked for commentary now at the referral stage for the contact energy. And we, as QLDC, as officers, are required to put in a technical commentary in relation to the technical aspects of the application or concerns from a technical nature. We have a process set out. I might have written to you, and if you've written to me, in terms of our councillors are able to put in statements to add to the commentary that council officers make to alert the EPA to concerns constituents may have in relation to these applications. So we're trying to ensure the community has a voice in relation to QLDC submitting commentary from a technical nature and being able to have councillors submit constituents' concerns in a statement also.
Yeah, this is very helpful because I'd misled you before. I didn't realise that QLDC had input at the referral stage, which is great. So we are actually being asked at the moment. Have you got the channel to the councillors? Are you guys across this?
Yes.
Great.
Definitely in the statement, and it's due by next week. Is that correct?
We're more than happy to supply information to anyone who wants.
I've got all your information. Yeah, I've got a
Our big
report.
submission.
Yeah,
and anyone else who we do have a larger.
And I've been sending everything through to Dave as well for the same.
Great.
Wonderful.
But I'll share that with you as soon as it's finished.
So this is a public forum. You've made your statement. We've been able to provide some feedback. We've got some clarity as well, which has been really helpful in your understanding just how QLDC is playing a role in this. So thank you for your continued work to bring this to your attention.
Just through the chair.
Sure.
Just bear in mind in terms of QLDC technical commentary, a lot of this application falls within the ambit of the regional plan and the Otago Regional Council consenting and permitting. So there will be constraints in relation to the technical commentary because rules in our district plan aren't being breached. We'll be raising issues in relation to public water supply in terms of concerns for private water supplies of potentially lowering lake levels. In terms of the dust and the other matters that you've raised, they are ORC concerns in relation to the application, and obviously you should be contacting the ORC to make sure that they're putting in their technical submission on the basis of what they can. So I just want to make sure you're aware that we will be doing the technical commentary, we'll be providing the elected member statements, but you might not see all of your technical data in
Sarah, I'm going to have to pause. We're going to take this offline because this turns into otherwise a matter of public debate there. So you've done well. we'll keep these channels going. You are welcome to have a direct line into Dave and any of us following this this meeting today. So thanks for making your time available. Well done. So we've got a deputation too. So Lucy Mitchell, welcome. Lucy chairs the Albert Town Community Association and has been working hard in the background. And there's been documents circulated to all elected members before the meeting to bring us up to speed. So,
A physical copy as well.
yes, Barry's got like a physical copy there. So this is in regard to your idea for a community hub within Albert Town.
Yes.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. As Simon said, my name is Lucy. I'm from the Albert Town Community Association. I'm the chair, have been for this year, so I'm relatively new. But the previous committee and previous chair, Heather Thorne, put a lot of effort into trying to get a community hub or community centre on the table in Albert Town over years past, and sort of never quite got any movement with various constraints and different things. But now that we have the asset reserve fund available, I think that this is a great opportunity to retable this potential project. So yeah, Albert Town is a growing and vibrant community. I moved here 4 years ago from Christchurch with my husband, and we just love it there. We love the sense of community, and I think Albert Towners tend to feel like Albert Towners as opposed to Wānaka people. We feel quite a distinct personality, a subsect of Wānaka, if you will. And we struggle to bring that community together because we just don't have a facility where we can meet. You know, I've just actually printed this out at the library, and the person who helped me print it out is from Hawea. And, you know, they have such a fantastic facility there. And she said that they're doing like a roller derby this weekend or tonight or something. And they have so many events where the community can come together, all the new families, all the kids, everybody can gather. And we just don't have that in Albert Town. And it's a real detriment, I think, to our sense of community there, but also the wider Wānaka, because there is a real lack of appropriate facilities for community groups to meet in, for workshops to be held. Yeah, and even thinking now about, you know, the local election coming up, I'd love to host like Meet the Candidates meeting in Albert Town that's easy for Albert Town people to come to, or even around the hill in Hikawai and North Lake. It's on the way to Hawea as well, so there's a lot of traffic moving through Albert Town. So it's not just about the residents. I think that a facility like this would really benefit the wider Wānaka community as well. I've heard from a few people that the community hub in Wānaka here is quite expensive for a lot of not-for-profits. So I think there's a real opportunity to provide other community groups another space to meet in. You'll see on page 4 a number of groups that would be able to benefit from such a facility, and a number of them I have already spoken to and think it's a great idea. Everybody that I have spoken to so far has think this is a great idea. Got one person, Petra, who heard about the an idea and wanted to come along, and she is a sustainable architect or a green building architect, and yeah, passionate about community stuff. So, and the rest of the community would have come along, community committee would have come along as well, but they had jobs, so couldn't come along today. So yeah, I guess that's sort of the gist of it. I've identified a few possible locations, but they're all just ideation at this point to show that we're thinking more about the specifics beyond just, hey, this is a great idea, but these are just ideas. Some of them are council land, some of them are for sale, lots that are for sale at the moment. We did do a poll in our Facebook group and was pretty unanimous that people in Albert Town want this. I have met with the in Hawea last week or the week before, there was a funding clinic, so I went to that. I talked to people from the Otago Community Trust. There wasn't anyone there from the Lotteries Commission or the Lotteries Grant section, but they forwarded me to someone to speak to about that, to do a feasibility study, which I think would be the next phase. So doors are open for discussions there. And I guess I'm just keen to hear if you guys have any questions. Yeah, that's all the gist.
Well, look, we put a call out when we, as a community board, made the Sker Heights Fund, the Wānaka Asset Sales Reserve Fund, more accessible and more transparent and more empowering to the community. We put a call out for big, bold ideas, and this, you've hit the nail on the head. This is exactly what we're after. So thank you to the Community Association that's put all the hard work into this. I will go around the table. Well, is there any questions, high level, that the team would like to ask Lucy? Go.
Have you talked with the Highway Community Centre about their operating costs and some of their struggles with insurance, for example, trying to acknowledge?
No, I've met with them, but we haven't talked about their struggles specifically. But one of the ideas that we had was to make sure that there's ongoing income revenue streams for such a facility like this. There's quite a lot of people that live in Albert Town that work from home, and so we think that having a co-working space would help with income for something like that. And I also heard from Heather, our previous chair, that the council last year had approached her about the possibility of Albert Town having a library as well, like Hawea does at their facility, like a library lease if we did get a facility. So though I think there's a lot of options for funding, but that is in the plan, is to speak to them about some of the challenges that they've had so that we can work through those. Yeah.
John?
There's another piece of council land you might want to also consider, and that's between the Cameron Creek track and the State Highway, upstream from where they've just restored the track. It's a big piece of council land.
Whereabouts?
It used to be, I think, the old part of the sewage pond always transfer.
Oh, down there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's just another possibility.
Yes. There's a couple of sections sort of in there that are for sale now.
This council land and the cost of purchasing.
Yeah.
Just something that you might just want to put in the mix.
Think about. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Time for one more question, or else we're good. Well, look, what I've done in the background, knowing this was coming, is that we need now a gateway for you to put this into the council process, because it is complex. It is, it will have to be funded by council. There's a lot of moving parts. It will be a long gestation, but this is great. It's great to show that this wasn't just an idea that came. It was actually got some substance behind it. So Dave Winterburn is behind from the Parks team, and I've arranged for I'll connect you and Dave will be your sort of entry point into staff. There's a lot of moving parts. There's community services, there's property, there's lots of other things that doesn't just go into one. Yeah. So Dave's going to arrange to meet you in the Albert Town Community Association, and then we'll see how this goes. We were meeting with finance in November. The finance team and community board is having input into the long-term plan. We start that long-term plan internally quite early on, and this will be one of the things that will be raised amongst a lot of other things as to how this could maybe come as part of a long-term plan budgeting exercise. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for your hard work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy. Moving on to confirmation of the agenda. I don't think there's any changes. No one's suggesting any changes. So since it's pro forma, I'll move that the agenda be confirmed without additional alteration. Anyone like to second that? Cody's going to second that again. All those in favour?
Aye.
We'll carry that. So agenda is confirmed. And then we had our last community board meeting here on the, no, we had it in Nugget, didn't we? Yeah, it was not as warm as it usually would be in Wharimahana. I remember that now. No, still got chilblains. 19th of June was the meeting that we had there. The minutes have been circulated. Does anyone have any additions or amendments to those minutes? Who would like to move that the minutes, John will move that the minutes for the 19th of June community board meeting be adopted. Who would like to second that? Thank you, Linda. All those in favour? Aye. We'll carry that as well. Well done, team. Right, let's get into a number of LTOs that we have to move through. So who's
I can speak to these.
Oh, you can speak to these, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So Dave's going to speak to these. So the first one is the license to occupy at 68 Ardmore Street. I'm standing aside from the discussion. Anything you need to add, Dave, or it's all on the paper?
Thank you.
Any
report is read.
Thank you. Taking it as read. Any questions? Comments? Very good. It looked reasonably straightforward. So who would like to move that the LTO for 68 Ardmore Street be accepted? Barry's going to do that. Cody's going to second that. All those in favour? Anyone against? So we're carrying that. Well done. We'll move to item 2. which is another licensed occupier. This is at 89 Sir Tim Wallace Drive. Any comments, Dave?
No, thank you.
I'm just wondering why we're doing this in retrospect.
I believe a complaint may have been made in relation to that. So the enforcement team were made aware of this without the LTO in place, and therefore it was required. It also just makes sure that we can put the conditions in place to ensure the correct liabilities are there for people operating over council land.
Yeah,
And the correct safety is in place.
it's not exactly a small transgression, is it? I mean, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I didn't realise that we were taking.
It's not slight.
It's not slight. I mean, it's it's right over the footpath, and everyone's walking underneath it.
And actually, the first couple of weeks, there were no breaks in access way to get to Silver Sixpence, and you had to, you could park there, but there were no ways you could actually get onto the pavement or off the pavement.
Was this a case by Cook Brothers of asking for forgiveness rather than permission, or was there a genuine oversight?
I feel there was a genuine oversight on their behalf. Yep. Yeah. I think it was a bit of miscommunication internally with Cook Brothers and the developer. So it wasn't. I believe it was them who came to council and said, "Whoops, we had put LTO in." So,
Not trying to throw anyone, but it was just as unfortunate that something as substantive as that. We had lots of public safety and lots of other implications down a main thoroughfare of Tim Wallace Drive. Lots of people walking underneath it, and there was a huge transgression that we now didn't get picked up at the start.
yeah, we agree.
Okay. Has anyone else got any comments to make around the LTO for 89 Sir Tim Wallace Drive? Okay. Would anyone like to make a move that that be retrospectively agreed to? Barry's going to do that, and Linda's going to second that. So the motion is that we accept the licence to occupy for 89 Sir Tim Wallace Drive. All those in favour? Aye. Anyone against? No one abstaining? We'll carry that. Thank you again. And final LTO that we have. Craig, you wrote this one.
Hayden, sorry. That's right.
Hayden, yeah. Something I get Craig. I had a report with Craig, and I thought, Craig. Yeah, sorry, Hayden. Yeah, good on you.
So infrequently here.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And you did make that. I feel that you might have done your 100-metre sprint. You might have.
Dash.
Yes.
11 a.m. meeting.
Yeah. No, it was sort of noted. I think it would have given Usain a bit of a run for his money there, the way you came in. This is for 250 Riverbank Road. Is there anything else you'd like to comment on regarding this?
No. It's all there in the report. 104 Lotta, existing water bore off Orchard Road Holdings. Yep.
Reasonably straightforward, but others might have questions around that. Any comments, observations, questions around that?
I just wondered about the length of timing, actually. I mean, the letter was dated March and it's now August. Is that pretty standard to come to the board and take that long?
The reason for that was changes essentially to the mechanisms and what they were trying to achieve. So essentially we had to go back to them to get the right mechanisms in place to ensure this is going to work for the community.
Yeah, the original application was quite confusing in terms of whose name it was in and who was having the ongoing rights. So with a lot of, as you can tell, a lot of back and forth to actually find out who is responsible for this pipeline and what's happening. Yeah. But we got there.
Well done.
I'll move that.
Thank you. So John's going to move that the licence occupier for 250 Riverbank Road be accepted. Anyone like to second that? I saw Cody's hand first. Cody's going to second that. All those in favour? Aye. Anyone against? So we're going to carry that. So thank you very much. Do you want to run back now? You have to set.
Scroll back.
Yeah, scroll back. Maybe reset your daylight savings, and we'll see you at 10 a.m. for community board meetings in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Okay, who's Tarsi's not here? Oh, that's okay.
Or substitute for Tazi, she's on leave.
She's on leave. That's fine. You're not Paul substitute at all, Kat. Just wasn't sure whether there had been an internal memo that the community board had changed its start time. So this is a new seat and memorial plaque, and it's a request for the family of Grant Fenton. It's going to sit within the Denver Bay Lakeside Recreation Reserve along Denver Bay Track. I think that rise, the rise there where some of the plantings are. Okay, anything you'd like to add other to a full report? Great. Questions from anyone?
No questions, but it's a great location for a seat, and it's a great place to get your breath back. When you're hill as well. So
Will be good.
Yeah, it seems a perfect place. It seems actually funny that it's not something there because it's almost a destination for those that don't want to walk any further along the Millennium Track there.
Just to comment that, look, I think it's nice that this opportunity exists, that, you know, it's quite meaningful to sit somewhere where you can remember your loved ones, and we're a long way away from having too much park furniture around our network. So I think it's a nice thing to do.
Operational.
Yep.
Do we have like a stockpile of benches somewhere, and we make them every time? And
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think we do kind of order them as needed.
yeah.
Yeah.
My recycling done, sorry.
When they put the double sculpture was, I heard that they went to us 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was kind of lump and order when we've got a few.
okay, well,
Very good. So thank you. So John is going to move that we grant allow for and approve that the Seaton Memorial Park be installed in Demper Bay. Sorry, Barry, you're going to have to be quick off the mark. Linda had asked to second that, so yeah. So next time, Linda's seconding that. All those in favour?
Aye.
Anyone against? Great. So we look forward to any ideas. I suppose it's not your area. When can we go and sit on it? 6 months from now?
Hopefully so.
Great. Yeah, awesome. Fantastic. We look forward to doing that. Thanks for stepping in, Kat. We'll see you again soon. Right, we're moving at a good cadence, and we're on to the chair's report. And my report, I'll take that as being read. Quentin, you had an update which was reasonably meaningful and exciting around the community building that's going into the Hawea domain.
Yeah, so it must have been a good year ago or so, or more actually, that an opportunity arose for a building that was surplus to requirements at MAC, and that passed that on to the Hawea or the domain board to say, well, is this something you're interested in? The domain management plan very clear about trying to support and enable the use of the domain, which is obviously an amazing facility. They went away and did a heap of work, and also got some funding through various sources. They got to a point where they'd done all the planning and got there, but they did have a shortfall at the time of about $40,000, and passed that on to council to say, is this something that we can help with the shortfall of? And Simon and the team, and Andrew Timms, was it? Yeah, was allocated to support them in just resolving what the operational issues were, what the lease requirements, all that sort of stuff. So I suppose pleased to report that council and the domain board have come to an agreement, and the council have been able to find some additional funding to support the relocation of this building to the domain, and that could occur as early as the September school holidays, the actual relocation of the building. So that's a really good outcome, and I appreciate the work that both the domain board and the council staff have done to support that.
Yeah, thank you. Cody, any sort of views from you around how this will help change or bring to life the domain?
Yeah, I think it's like having anything there is better than nothing. Having a whole building that there's potential kitchen facilities and changing rooms and other aspects like that is just really going to help transform the place, because I think it just is that enabler for a lot of things to happen there that has been a long time coming. It's one of the district's largest parks in general, and it would just be a huge unlock, and just share the gratitude to everybody involved for finding a way to make it work in the midst of all the other financial pressures. So just unbelievably stoked and really grateful for that.
The question is some of this cost to provide the utilities for the building.
That's included in their project. So there is a septic system and an on-site water and electricity. So the building will, the footings and the building will go first, and then the services will follow that. That's all factored. Yeah.
Well, thanks to staff for being agile around this, and as someone who uses that domain with the Pony Club, the daughter at the Pony Club, it'll be amazing there because it is a bit of a desolate place when the wind comes through and the rain comes through. Just having something where the children can go and get changed, or when there's rallies there and stuff, and actually bringing people from Cromwell and Alex and to sort of showcase our district it'll be wonderful. So that's just one particular practical use that we'll have. So thank you for that. Just moving on to other parts of the Chair's report. Any other comments or questions arising from this?
Just one quick one. Michael Sadi has said that he would like to step down as chair of the Performing Arts Trust and will stay with us for another year.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to get in be a chair of the trust, that'd be great. And we're looking for some more trustees with some other skills as well.
Very good. Anything else? Anyone else like to go? Very good. As it's my report then, I will take the contents of the Chair's report as being read and noted. Anyone like to second that? Thank you, Cody. All those in favour? Aye. So we'll carry that. So very good. So we had a bit to get through. It's been a reasonably functional meeting. We will move into the workshop, which is a lot of substantive stuff. We've actually got a really busy workshop agenda. We will move straight into, and I will note again that the workshops will be recorded. So I will declare this meeting closed at 10:31.